Transmigrated Beauty Guru, From Farmer's Wife to Village Tycoon. Chapter 1. The instant Lisa opened her eyes, and saw sunlight streaming through the gaps in the thatched roof above her, and realized this wasn't even her own body, she was certain she had transmigrated. After all, just a moment ago she'd been sitting on a plane bound for Paris when a rare air crash occurred. She didn't believe she could have survived that, and even if she had, she should be lying in a hospital somewhere right now, not in this ancient-looking thatched hut. She had no idea where this place even was. Fighting against the dizziness and splitting headache, Lisa pushed herself up from the bed. A rustling sound came from beneath her. She lowered her head and saw that the noise was from the straw stuffed under the tattered bedsheet. Lifting her gaze to look around, she saw that all four walls were plastered with mud, already cracked in several places. The paper on the only window was yellowed with age and riddled with holes, barely managing to keep out wind or rain. Aside from this bed, the room held only a broken chest and a three-legged table. There was nothing else. Lisa could now basically sum this place up in a few words: dirt poor, utterly destitute. It seemed she had transmigrated into somewhere that couldn't possibly be any poorer. Thinking about how she still didn't know who this body belonged to, what kind of circumstances she was in, or what the outside world was like, Lisa gritted her teeth, endured the soreness all over her body and the vertigo pounding in her skull, and slowly swung her legs off the bed, planning to go out and take a look. She had just stood up when a stabbing pain, like needles being driven into her brain, exploded in her head. A blinding flash of white light seared her vision, and in the next heartbeat, everything went black. The second time Lisa woke, it was to a loud voice calling her. When she opened her eyes, her mind was still a little foggy. In the dream she just had while unconscious, someone's entire lifetime of memories had flooded into her head. No, more accurately, they were the memories of this body's original owner. So it turned out the original owner had only arrived at this house yesterday, bought by the male owner of the house for 2 taels of silver. Miss. Before Lisa could sort through those memories in detail, the voice beside her tugged her back to reality. She turned her head toward the person calling her. A tall, broad-shouldered man came into view. He wore a coarse hemp shirt, patched in many places. His long black hair was tied back in a simple knot. His skin was tanned, his features plain and unremarkable. Lisa knew this was the man who had spent 2 taels of silver yesterday to buy her from the broker. The man who was now the head of this household. He was slightly bent over at the moment, looking down at her. His brows were furrowed as he asked in a hoarse voice, "Are you all right? Does anything still hurt?" Lisa shook her head and answered softly, "I'm fine." Even after hearing that, the man's brows did not relax. His gaze on her was complicated. After a moment he spoke again. "Don't worry, I won't force you. I only bought you back then because I didn't want that broker to sell you to Old Man Wayne." He paused, his lips moving slightly before he continued. "Once your injuries are healed, I'll let you go. Just focus on getting better. Don't do anything foolish again." Why? Lisa listened to him in silence, a sigh of helplessness rising in her heart. The original owner of this body had been a capable maid serving the eldest young madam of the wealthy Zhang family in town. She was rather pretty, and because of that she caught the eye of eldest young Master Zhang, who wanted to take her into his room. The original owner also wanted to climb up the social ladder, so she secretly flirted back at him. Who knew that their affair would be discovered by the eldest young madam? While eldest young master was out visiting friends, the eldest young madam casually found an excuse and had the original owner sold off. She even specially instructed the broker to send her to some remote countryside village. And so, after being passed through several brokers' hands, she finally ended up here in Dawawan village. As it happened, there was a lecherous old man in the village, Old Man Wang, who took a liking to the original owner's looks and immediately felt tempted. He put down 1.5 taels of silver to buy her. When the original owner saw that her buyer was a coarse, disgusting old man, she would rather die than submit. She cried and struggled desperately. That was when Song Daishan, on his way back from chopping firewood, saw the scene. Remembering that his own younger sister had once been sold off in just such a manner, he was suddenly struck by pity. So he gritted his teeth and paid 2 taels of silver to buy the original owner instead. bringing her back to this shabby, broken little house.